Assalamu guys, I found back again with another video, and this is grade 5 math. We'll be looking at percentages. This is part 1 of the two-part video series. This is targeted towards parents who have children in grade 5 and they want to use this video like this to help them in tutoring their children at home. So let's get started. Once again, grade 5 math percentages. Okay. So the first thing what we're going to look at is first we're going to try to understand what we mean by percentage. Okay. So the definition is up on the screen now. A percentage is a number or ratio that represents a fraction of 100. Okay. So basically what that means is whatever number that you have that you want to express as a percentage, that needs to be a fraction of 100. So it needs to be something out of 100. Okay. Now, when you're writing percentage down, the symbol that you use either is a percentage symbol or percent or PCT. Okay. So if we want to visually see what we mean by the percentage is a number or ratio that represents a fraction of 100, what we're going to do is we're going to take a big box and we're going to divide that into 100 smaller boxes. Okay. Now, once we have done that, each box, small box, represents 1%. Okay, that's because each small box is one piece out of 100. Okay, so that's what the definition was of percentage, is a fraction out of 100. So one small box is 1 out of 100. So that's one. Each small box represents 1%. So the yellow box is 1%. Now, if I were to color in 30 small boxes, we can say these are 30%. Okay, so let's look at a few more examples. If we were to color in 45 boxes, we would be saying this is 45%. If we were to color in 50 boxes, we would mean we're talking about 50%. If we were to color in 90 boxes, we would mean we are looking at 90%. Let's do a few problems. Question number 1. We have 35 boys out of 100 children. We need to write this in terms of a fraction and then in terms of a percentage. Okay, so 35 boys out of 100. So if we be saying is 35 upon 100, which because it's out of 100 is 35%. Okay, 18 apples out of 100 fruits. So it's 18 upon 100, or we can say 18%. 16 red pencils from a box of 100 color pencils. You can say it's 16 upon 100, which is 16%. Let's do a few more of these. 13 white cars out of 100 cars. That would be 13 upon 100, which is 13%. 55 students out of 100 would mean we're talking about 55 divided by 100. That's in terms of fraction. In terms of percentage, it would be 55%. 60 girls from 100 girls would be 60 upon 100 in terms of fraction. In terms of percentage, it would be 60%. Now what we'll do is we'll try and express a fraction in terms of a percentage. The fraction that we are given is 3 upon 4. Now we remember from a definition of percentage, it needs to be out of 100. So what we need to do is we need to do something so the denominator becomes 100. In order to do that, what we need to do is we will multiply the denominator by 25 and make that 100. But then we also have to multiply the numerator by 25 in order to ensure that the fraction does not change. Okay? So we take 3 upon 4 and we multiply the numerator by 25 and the denominator by 25. Okay? Now 3 into 25 would give you 75 and 4 into 25 will give you 100. So now we've got 3 upon 4 converted into 75 upon 100. So that now because it's out of 100, we can say that is 75%. So we can say 3 upon 4 in terms of fraction is 75% in terms of percentage. 4 upon 10. Now we need to convert like we did just now. we need to convert it into, so it's out of 100. So we take 4 upon 10 and we multiply the numerator by 10 and the denominator by 10, thereby ensuring the fraction has not changed. 4 into 10 is 40 and 10 into 10 is 100. So that's 40 upon 100. So that is 40%. So we can say 4 upon 10 in terms of fraction is 40% in terms of percentage. 3 upon 5. 3 upon 5, what we'll do is we'll convert that into something that's out of 100 by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 20. So 3 into 20 is 60 and 5 into 20 gives you 100. So we've got 60 out of 100. So we can say now that is 60%. So we can say 3 upon 5 in terms of fraction is 60% in terms of percentage. Question number 6, 18 upon 20. 18 upon 20 would be 18 upon 20 multiplied by 5 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator. Because what we need to do is convert the 20 into 100. So if we multiply 20 by 5, we get 100. So but we also have to multiply the numerator by 5. Okay. So 18 into 5 gives you 90 and 20 into 5 gives you 100. So that is out of 100. So you can say that is 90%. So 18 upon 20 in terms of fraction, we can say is 90% in terms of percentage. Excuse me. Now this is a little different. 16 upon 400. In the early example, what we were seeing was that the denominator was less than 100. So we had to multiply that to increase it up to 100, and also to ensure that the value does not change, we multiplied the numerator by the same value. But in this example, we have got a number that's 400. So we need to bring it down to 100. So what we will do is we'll divide this time. Instead of multiplying, in this case, what we'll be doing is we would be dividing the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4. When we divide the denominator by 4, we'll get a 100. Okay, so 16 divided by 400, and we're dividing the numerator and the denominator by 4. So 16 divided by 4 gives you 4, and 400 divided by 4 gives you 100. So now we've got something that's out of 100. So that is 4%. So we can say 16 upon 400 in terms of fraction is 4% in terms of percentage. 54 divided by 300. Here again, the denominator is more than 100. So we need to reduce that to 100. And the way we do that is we divide. Whatever number we divide the denominator by, we have to divide the numerator by the same number to ensure the value does not change. So what we'll do is we'll divide the numerator and the denominator by 3. So 54 divided by 3. If we divide the 54 by 3 and we divide 300 by 3. Now 54 divided by 3 gives you 18, and 300 divided by 3 gives you 100. So you've got 18 out of 100. So now it's out of 100. So that is 18%. So we can say 54 divided by 300 in terms of fraction is 18% in terms of percentage. Now let's do another one. 890 divided by 1000. Again, the denominator is more than 100. So we need to divide. So we'll divide the numerator and the denominator by 10. So we get 890 divided by 10 gives you 89, and 1000 divided by 10 gives you 100. So 89 out of 100. So that would be 89%. So 890 divided by 1000 is 89%. Now we have to express something, a decimal, percentage in terms of a fraction. Now 20% is 20 divided by 100. So if we simplify that, we divide the numerator by 20 and the denominator by 20. Okay, so we will get 20 divided by 20 is 1. 100 divided by 20 is 5. So that's 1/5. So we can say 20% in terms of percentage is 1 upon 5 in terms of a fraction. 35%. We can rewrite 35% as 35 upon 100. Now 35 upon 100, if we were to divide the numerator and the denominator by 5, okay, so 35 divided by 5 would give you a 7, and 100 divided by 5 would give you 20. Okay, so we can say 35% in terms of percentage is 7 upon 20 in terms of a fraction. 48%, you can rewrite that as 48 upon 100. Now, if we were to divide the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4, okay, now 48 divided by 4 would give you 12, and 100 divided by 4 gives you 25. So we can say 48% in terms of percentage is 12 upon 25 in terms of a fraction. 66%, that is 6 upon 100. Now what we'll do is we'll divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. So we'll get 66 divided by 2 gives you 33, and 100 divided by 2 gives you 50. So 33 upon 50. So 66% in terms of percentage is 33 upon 50 in terms of a fraction. Now we've got a decimal value and we'll have to express that as a percentage. Now we've got 0.2. Now we know 0.2 is 2 upon 10. We multiply and we have to convert the denominator into 100. So we multiply the numerator by 10 and the denominator by 10. So 2 into 10 is 20, 10 into 10 is 100. So 20 upon 100, which is 20%. So we can say 0.2 in terms of a decimal value is 20% in terms of a percentage. 0.36, we can rewrite that as 36 upon 100. Now the denominator is already 100, so we don't need to do anything with the denominator. Okay, so we can, since this is already out of 100, that is going to be 36%. So 0.36 in terms of a decimal value is 36% in terms of percentage. 0.88, we know that 0.88 is 88 upon 100. It's already upon 100, so we don't need to do anything. Now anything upon out of 100 is percentage itself, so that would be 88%. So we can say 0.88 in terms of a decimal value is 88% in terms of percentage. Expressed as a decimal value. Now we've got 3%. Okay. Now 3% is basically 3 upon 100. Okay. Now when we divide 3 divided by 100, we get 0.03. So we can say 3% in terms of percentage is 0.03 in terms of a decimal value. 25%. 25% is 25 upon 100. Okay. Now 25 upon 100 is 0.25. So we can say 25% in terms of percentage is 0.25 in terms of a decimal value. Okay. So the last question, question number 19. Again, what we'll be doing is we'll be expressing 88% in terms of a fraction, also in terms of a decimal value. So 88 is 88 upon 100, which is 0.88. So we can say 88% in terms of percentage is 0.88 in terms of a decimal value. So that is it for this video. Now, if you like this video, please kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any feedback regarding this video, please kindly mention it in the comment section down below. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon so you get updates and notifications from YouTube when new videos are uploaded. Thank you.